for your commitment to be able to be here and to be able to do the task that the nation's needs and the president's asked you to be able to do. This is a very difficult process, and it's a long process, and it's a stressful process, and there's 10 million forms, and everyone's invading your privacy to be able to go through this. Your families have already been through a lot. It's great to be able to see all your families that are here as well, but this is a tough process. So thanks for stepping up and doing it, because we need a lot of help. Mr. Karen Cross, let me start with you on this, on the cybersecurity side. In the last year, towards the tail end of the Biden administration, we had the largest cyber penetration in the history of our country, where the Chinese invaded our telecom. And they got in all systems. They're in DC's telecom system. It was a massive penetration that has actually occurred. By the way, that was when full funding was happening. I know we just had a conversation saying if you cut funding, what happens? When there was full funding, that occurred. What can we do at this point, and what would you say are your priorities stepping in to be able to protect America and our infrastructure?
Well, the first thing I'd say, Senator, is in response to the first part of that, there's nothing that the President of the United States cares more about than the protection of American citizens. And I'm grateful to have his confidence and the confidence of the White House to be able to execute in this role. What you're talking about, Salt Typhoon.
Correct.
And let me add on to their Volt Typhoon, demonstrates China is, without question, the single biggest threat in this domain that we face. And what Volt and Salt show, and Salt was the espionage telecom hack, which is ongoing, and Volt is a pre-positioning on our critical infrastructure. And what that demonstrates, to the earlier point I was making about strategic dilemmas, is China is squatting on our critical infrastructure systems, and they have an ability to exercise that at a time and place of their choosing. And that should be unacceptable. And it is unacceptable. And so I look forward to working to do everything I can to make sure that our adversaries, our enemies, and criminals who operate in this space know that it is not a cost-free endeavor.
Yeah. We're all counting on that to be able to stay engaged on it. I would tell you that all of our entities come back to me with the same thing. If the Chinese were to roll in with airplanes and tanks and to be able to attack us, we expect the United States to be able to step up and do something. If they're coming in the cyber world and they're attacking us and destroying our infrastructure, we expect the United States to be able to help us engage in this. So we anticipate that. Mr. Rhodes, I want to ask you a little bit about one of the issues that's come up several times. Federal law already requires that if a federal contractor is in place or subcontractor, that they do e-verify for those individuals. We have now discovered that that was not actually occurring, that there was just kind of a check the box that you do it. There was no verify. So it was all trust, no verify in the process for our contractors and the subcontractors in the process. What would you do to be able to make sure that contractors and subcontractors are following the law that currently exists on hiring someone who's not legally present in the country for a federal contract?
Senator, thank you for the question. I think my colleagues thank you for the question to me as well. I would take a hard look at that because I do believe in that. Okay. And so I think, through the Office of Federal Procurement Policy, we'll take a look, if confirmed, at how folks are following that law. And if we need to put stricter regulations in place and improve the systems that manage that, then we should do that.
Great.
I appreciate that question.
We will count on that, and we'll do some follow-up on it back and forth. Mr. Law, I want to just highlight something. In the next 4 years, we have FIFA World Cup, we have America's 250th birthday, and we have the Olympics coming. Those are massive events for security. When I visited with DHS leaders 2 years ago, we were clearly not ready. So what has been handed to DHS is not a well-formed plan to be able to be prepared for the entire world coming here. I'm asking you, how are you going to ramp up for those massive security events?
Well, thank you for the question, Senator. And we also have the Club World Cup coming up here in due course as well. I completely agree with you that the plan that we inherited to prepare for those major events was insufficient when we came in January. And as senior counselor, I've been working with a lot of those teams to do that, recognizing where there are vulnerabilities. And of course, as you know, the president has tapped Andrew Giuliani, who is incredibly competent and capable of executing, particularly on the FIFA World Cup effort. And to the extent that there are any policy shortcomings, whether it is in the security aspect of it, countering the drone threat as well, or anything to do with the facilitation of the movement of fans, the teams, or getting immigration benefits for those to come to enjoy all of those events here in our great country. I would definitely work with you if committed to help clear those up and make sure there are sound policies that make these events all very successful.
Okay, we'll count on that. Thank you.